It's
So far, we have, I think, 20 bags, giant black bags of trash in the garage in the old house.
dang.
As it's like, we've moved out, we're done. Oh, what's all of the,
Not done
what's
yet.
all, what's, oh no.
Amazing.
Next
Yeah.
time this week is gone since getting back.
I finally got a crew to work on the house in Austin.
Oh, cool.
Much wrangling, but they
Hmm.
started the trash out on Friday, and like I've made 3 trips down there since moving up here with full
Yeah,
loads, and they've got a lot of work ahead of them.
yeah.
But yeah, it's finally underway, which is very nice. So
Well, after this, I will zip back there and start making more bags of trash because the junk removal service comes through tomorrow. So it's
yeah,
just like, take all of this away.
take it all. We went to a mushroom foraging class yesterday, which was why we weren't playing yesterday. It was like 5 hours at I think it was Bay something State Park up in Saginaw. This part here, um, and it was super cool and learned about like a bunch of mushrooms. And then we volunteer at a community garden here, Tender Heart
Oh,
Garden,
cool.
and one of the logs had this giant pheasantback dryad saddle mushroom, which there aren't really any toxic lookalikes.
Hmm.
They're very distinctive.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, so we harvested it, and I just
Free
cooked it
mushroom.
with some butter and wine. It was like amazing. It was so good. So I'm happy to live in a place that is not a desert now. That
Oh, yeah.
I can do that. It's Moral season is coming up directly,
Oh.
uh, and oh man, during the class, they serve the people who taught the class also do some like they have a like side hustle doing mushroom stuff, and one of the instructors made moral bisque and gave it to the class, and it was good. I'm not a big bisque fan, but it was quite good. It was quite good. Yeah, I'm a mushroom guy now, I guess.
New interest unlocked.
Yeah, new hyper focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I die during the stream, I made a mistake. Oh, I
It
also
was a delicious mistake.
mistake. Just came in yesterday and I haven't fired it up yet.
Oh,
Mm,
oh, one of those, what is that called? Play
play
date.
dates.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got a crank on the side.
And like amazing developers creating material for it.
Yeah. The what's it? The spaceship roguelike
FTL.
FTL, yeah. And
Yeah, they were making one. Lucas Pope made something for it,
yep,
right?
I believe it is on this right now, but we'll see. May I haven't had the opportunity to fire it up yet, but it looks super cool. It's cute. It's tiny. It's a little black and white
Ooh,
screen. Got a crank.
is that an e-ink screen or?
I think it's just a black and white. It looks like an LED.
Oh, okay, cool.
Um, but it's hard to tell for sure. I think it's
Hmm.
an LCD. It's not backlit.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but it has like a good like reflective back. So apparently they said you can play it by candlelight. I have not tried it. But yeah,
Need
it's
to
cool.
try. How much do those cost?
A little bit more than I probably should have spent.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Not too much, but
Yeah.
the play date. Um, it wasn't like ridiculous. It was just like, oh, that's yeah, they're 229.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
that's a little bit more than I probably would have spent, but the
Hmm.
game, the FTL game sold it for me. Like
Cool.
there's a developer kit, so
Oh, cool.
maybe I'll dabble back into game design after all my other hyper focuses
Yay.
worn off. Speaking of the new Top at Station deck,
Oh, yeah. What was I saw
really
the artwork for that, but I didn't
I
understand
made a
what it
talk
was.
box. Like
Yeah.
I've never made a talk box before, but yeah,
Yeah.
it looks great. I'm really happy with the. I think this is gonna be. I was gonna do a print run with Ninja Print, uh,
Hmm.
which means like dropping $1,000 minimum. But this is print on demand from drive through, and
Yeah.
they're good enough. I mean, it's
Yeah.
totally fine quality. It's not like super fancy deluxe blue core, whatever. It's great for a desperation game. So I think I'm like just do a print on demand thing and
Cool.
be done with it.
All right, well, my
Yeah,
shit still is not working right, but I got it working somehow.
right enough.
Hello.
I don't know what the fuck is going on. Weird tech issues over here.
I should get myself. I already have a Mars background somewhere. That's a library.
Library on
That's satellite
Mars.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Castle on Mars.
1, 2. All right.
Yeah.
Desert on Mars.
What the fucking hell?
We can hear you fine.
Now, yeah, but I can't. It's not routed the way it's supposed to be routed.
Hmm.
It routed a different way just to get a microphone working at all, and I don't know why. Strange things afoot at the Circle K.
That's what you get for using the convenience store Wi-Fi.
Looking for you have sold me on buying Blueprints. I played through the demo a whole bunch
Oh, so good.
last year. Earlier this year. I don't remember.
Sitting on my Steam Deck, I haven't popped it open yet.
It's so good. It's one of those, yeah, I mean, it's all I've been doing. It's all I've been doing.
Which is why I haven't started up yet.
Well, yeah, you
also
will.
do.
It's a danger.
Yeah.
And it's definitely one of those very infamous, like, just one more run.
Oh no.
Just one more run.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it's midnight, and you're like, shit. I one more run all day long. What
Yeah.
happened?
One more run too close to the sun.
Yeah, it's just I'm really impressed with how deep it is, and just always one more thing to unravel, or 10 more things to unravel.
Nice. I'm looking
Yeah,
for
because the demo had a fairly limited number of things in it to tease out.
Interesting. Yeah, and like I said, I told you, like, to me, the game didn't really, like, you know, when you start out, you know, like, oh, you're supposed to find this fabled room 46. That's what you're supposed to do.
Mhm.
And then, like, I did that fairly early on, and I guess I think way more has happened after that. Like, oh, that was nothing. Finding room 46 was just like, yay, I did it. And it's like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh wow, there's like, I'm not even close to quote unquote done.
And there's more story coming out of it, I'm sure.
Always, yeah,
Right.
you're always unraveling.
Did you try that type help game on itch?
No, is that
Oh.
the one you linked to, that like the text game?
Yeah. Let me I'll drop it in chat.
No, I remember you seeing that, and I opened it, but then when I opened it, I was like, oh, I don't have time to play this right now, and I never got back to it.
Drop it in Discord. Yeah, I got like, I don't know, probably like 75% through it. I was like, this is it was a real steep entry. But
Oh,
then,
really?
then there's like, oh, like a really juicy middle. And I'm like, I feel like I've got a lot of it and I need to spend some time finishing it up. But it's like for being like a little, like you're just navigating like the menu of someone's like laptop,
Oh, sure.
basically.
Interesting.
But the way they present it, it's just very, very cool. So I will finish it up sometime after everything else.
I'm also interested to check out that one Peter linked in.
Oh yeah, Gone Home.
Yeah.
It's interesting in that it kicked off the whole walking simulator controversy in video games, where it's very puzzle. A fun thing about that is the same controversy happened about 10 years before in text games.
Yeah.
But like the thing of like the puzzles aren't intense enough to make this a real game was the controversy.
Yeah.
But there are light puzzles to it, but the like built-in storytelling is astounding, I think.
Mhm.
Really heartfelt.
Yeah.
That's just it. From when I looked at the description or whatever, it sounded, yeah, not so much like a game. It sounded like just like relaxing. Just if you're in the mood for like just a cozy, ooh, let's just walk around the house and find clues and try to unravel a story or whatever.
Are you talking about Blueprints here, or
No, the one
Gone
Gone
Home?
Home.
Yeah,
I don't know about cozy, but it's definitely in that vein. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I will say I didn't have a cozy vibe to me. there's not an intense solve this puzzle in 10 seconds. So it's like the mechanics of it are very, oh, just walk around. But the
Yeah.
things you're uncovering are
Yeah,
elicit
I
a
get
variety of
that.
emotions.
Not cozy, but
Yeah.
And there is an entire storyline in the built into the game that I did not notice as I was playing through it. It's got so it has a surprising amount of concise depth, I would say.
interesting.
Although Heath apparently is finding Ultraviolet Grasslands cozy, which is fun.
Oh no.
No,
Maybe it
it's great.
is. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
find that because it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just got a real chill, like I said in our game. I feel like it has the vibe, the intended vibe. I mean, it's like it's this chill sort of like wandering through the desert in a caravan kind of vibe. Just
I I don't know if anyone's described it like exactly, but like it like the game tone and rhythm, like it is a prog rock album. Like it's like very like, oh yeah, like this is cool for a while, and something fucking crazy happens, and then it's like this for a while.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't really know
totally.
what's going on, but the vibes are cool, and then yeah.
Fun. Hey, I think I got my sound working as intended again.
Yeah,
Hey.
we can still hear you.
That's good. Yeah. I've had a weird tech week.
Mm.
One day, I have an old Windows 10 laptop. I use my media server, and one day I was like, "Hey, I got an update. Want to restart?" Yep, bricked,
Mm.
Oh right.
and I had to completely reinstall Windows 10 from a USB stick. Like there was no recovering it. I tried everything, all the
Yeesh.
different. Then the next day, my desktop, same problem, but luckily it did not get bricked. I did manage to go in with a USB stick and like uninstall latest update or whatever, and
Oh yeah.
managed to get back in without having to do like a clean install again. And then like yesterday, I was playing on my Xbox and I went back to my computer, and when I went back to my computer, it was in the BIOS screen. And I was like, what?
Oh no.
So then I ducked out and restarted, and everything seemed fine. But then my browser, I used the Brave browser, was acting like it was the first time
Oh,
I'd used it, where it was like, certain options like hide crypto bullshit and hide VPN bullshit that I don't care about. That was all like enabled again. So, and I had to re-enable my sync, and I was like, "That's fucking weird. What just happened?"
Mm.
So I think in part of all that, I think it like reset all my sound settings. When it does that, sets them all to 96,000 bit rates, which
Right.
is, and then my DAW is set to 44.1, and so if I don't have everything set the same, and
yeah.
I had to figure it all out though because it was all set the same, and it was like, oh, at some point during these tech glitches, a bunch of shit got reset I was unaware of.
Under these circumstances, I too would play Blueprints all day.
Yep.
Nope. The
I will do
universe
that
is
now.
telling me I need to spend 8 hours straight on this thing.
On things I can actually solve.
Yeah.
No, I cannot recommend it. Like I said, I mean, I almost I hesitate to like, not because I'm spoilers, but like, I hesitate to be like, yeah, man, it's one of the most complex games ever, just for fear like you guys get it being like, oh, yeah, it's all right, it's not that complex.
It's fine.
But it does. I can't recall even when I played the old games like Myst and shit. Like I don't feel like I had to think like that. Like this is.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of surprised it's as popular as it is for that reason, because I
Mm.
figure for a lot of people it'd be like, this is too much fucking work, too much
Yeah.
thinking. I just want to solve simple puzzles. Not.
Oh yeah. And you played Obra Dinn and Golden Idol and
I did, yeah.
and The Witness, right?
Yep. But this is definitely one where like, and they tell you in the game too that like at some point you see a little note that basically tells you like take fucking notes.
Oh yeah, that's in the demo
Oh,
too.
yeah, that was the I got recommended type help because it's like a text-based Obra Dinn kind of vibe.
Mm.
Like you're investigating this thing and finding
Mhm.
details and stuff, and there's not a lot to go on. And you like find the thread. I can pull this thread now. Great.
It's funny because I started out I started using an actual physical notebook.
Yeah.
Taking notes, but then I was like, fuck that, and I opened up a Google document on my phone, and then I also have so many photos in my camera roll because since I don't want to screenshot it because I use the same monitor for my Xbox and my PC, so I don't have an easy way to like go back and forth. so I screenshot on my phone so I can
So
just
he'll be
scroll through
getting like
photos on my
iPhone
phone.
memories of
Yeah.
remember when you were in the furnace room.
And because there's just so much shit that you're like, I think I might need that later. Or sometimes even shit I've been like, I read through and I'm like, okay, I don't think that's anything I'll need later. And then I was like, oh, I wish I'd screenshotted that because I need that
I
now.
Golden Idol an awful lot. I had lots of screenshots of Golden Idol. Both of
Man,
them.
I am in the worst place with Golden Idol in that I got to the very last mystery in the main non-DLC stuff,
Mhm.
and then went to Amsterdam, and then
Oh,
everything has been chaos since then. And so it's like I
Yeah.
have to jump back in, remind myself how things
Yep.
work, and then solve the most complicated mystery in it.
yeah, yeah.
You just described like that's generally how so many games get abandoned for me.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
and
play it and then I just get busy. I mean, I don't, and
Yeah.
I'm doing other stuff. And next thing I know, I haven't played it in
Controls
like
again.
a month. And I'm like, how the fuck do I do anything in this game anymore? I
Yeah.
don't remember.
But I really don't want to abandon Golden Idol.
Yeah, I don't think that. I mean, that one is wild
It is.
complex. It's simple enough. I think you could
So
definitely.
good. Yeah.
It's not like, like Witcher 3, where I'm like, I don't even remember the controls or the systems or the
Yeah.
glyph systems or the spells or whatever, and that's how games end up abandoning them.
Yeah.
I just don't want to bother to relearn it again. And I definitely don't want to start over. Like people say, I'm like, we start a new game. I'm like, fuck you.
Start from the beginning.
I'm like
That's
200
my
hours
God.
into Witcher 3. I'm not going to restart it.
Let's see. Cool. You have the character keeper here. I see.
Yeah.
We've already started a crab guy. A crab.
Wait, where is character keeper?
I pasted it in Discord.
Oh, in Discord. Cool.
Yep. If you want to use Sluggo or whatever their name was, you can. Or if you want to make a new guy, that's totally cool.
I think I'll make a new guy.
I was trying to think of three more things for robot, but nothing
Yeah.
comes immediately to mind.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny because I was thinking about robot too.
Oh
Saw
yeah, maybe we can
robots.
brainstorm our
No,
way
but I
through
don't
that.
care actually. There's so many interesting choices.
Well, if we can both think of, if we can fill out robot, that would be fun.
Like you exceed.
Yeah, human capabilities or something.
Yeah.
Okay, up here. There's Peter.
Mm.
And then something about how people respond to you, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's see. So I know there's the ones in the drop down, but then where's the ones that are also
sorry.
not done yet?
They're all on the data tab.
On the data tab.
Or clutter.
Because I have to be difficult.
A stronger word than taken aback. Stronger than taken aback, but
I was thinking of maybe making it just a quotation. Like those bots can't be trusted or something.
yeah. I have in the I have in like kind of like the universal guidelines, like robots and androids are like they're people.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we don't want to make it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But people can be not repulsed, like less than repulsed, but more than taken aback. Like put off, I guess.
Yeah, or
We can figure out.
or we can describe it in terms of results.
Yeah.
Like
how do they behave to you afterwards? But
in the data tab, I just see the ones that are done. Weren't there? I thought there were also like ones that weren't done.
There's a bunch that just have like the 1, 2, 3 cool subheader.
Yeah.
Oh,
short leave.
the abilities. I was thinking of the aliens.
Yeah. Oh, we just filled in the robot one.
Right.
And if there's a robot or if there's a alien that you don't see that you would like to play,
I was just trying to think of one.
Yeah. I've had the weirdest difficulty coming up with like pulp adventure appropriate aliens because they're all just like a guy in a Robin Hood costume. Like not even like Star Trek bumpy forehead. It's just like this guy has a helmet.
Oh yeah, like I can think of like different character types.
Yeah. But I think this is like a half dozen is good.
That's a roll.
Yeah. I also picked up a pulp science fiction tarot deck. It has like amazing
Nice.
stuff like
That's
this.
cool.
It's super cool. So like I'm gonna look for this and see if there's any inspiration in
That
here.
is super cool.
It was like $25. I'm like, that's super cheap for a tarot deck. I'm getting it. Yeah, it's a Todd Alcott's sci-fi tarot.
I'll make things
Who
easy and not
I
create
like,
something.
oh yeah, there's like a sci-fi tarot deck and a horror tarot deck and like a pulp detective tarot deck. Oh, and also he wrote Ants with a Z. Like, oh, good, cool.
Give me an example of the Martian succumb to fatalism.
I think it's because like they're an ancient civilization, and I think it's just like being so jaded you can't do anything. I guess being overcome with ennui, maybe.
All right,
That was Ben's edition, so that was, and I changed it from Red Martian to just Martian because even though John Carter, it's still little bit more generic because there's also Green Martians and I don't know Martians in other media. And
as much as I'm always tempted to make up a new dude, I'll make it easy and go Martian.
Martian, cool.
Instead of spending the next 30 minutes here creating something from scratch.
Cool. And so Peter, I don't think you were here for the last one. The role is basically like, that's like, oh, you're that guy, you're the systems guy, or you're the fighty guy, or you're the wisecracking guy. So you're gonna pick an ability for the role, and then in the let's see, let me post.
That isn't automated in data. That's just come up with it.
There's it looks like text, but it's really a drop down because of Google Sheets, because the drop downs.
Oh yeah, you got to double click it.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
I forgot that too.
Let me paste a bit from Oddfolk here. If that will paste over from.
I'm seeing, I double click the role and it gives me the abilities.
Yeah, so if you click into where it says choose role,
yeah,
it should be, yeah, those are all the abilities.
Oh, thank you.
So basically you're just picking an ability that's like your defining trait.
Okay, got it.
Like your super main ability.
Yeah. And that will give you get like a bonus thing. I'll paste that from Oddfolk. There we go. So basically, like in your main action, you choose what that is like. So the options here are like forceful, advantageous, charismatic, adaptable, sneaky, and that lets you like move the result up or down one, or roll 2 dice, the best one or the one you want, or like add no one saw that happened, or they remember you fondly, or you can I think the one that Gooman had was adaptable. We can swap one of the options of this with any other option from any other ability. Which is fun. And the other update we did, so you're going to pick, I think is it 3 here? 5. It's 5 here. But so those are the abilities you can use straight up. You can also use any other ability, but if it's not one that you have, the GM can remove or change an option after you roll.
Okay.
So that's bad. But if you roll a 4 on it, then you have learned that action after the result. So
yeah, I picked up like 2 new skills immediately last game.
We rolled a lot of 4s last time. Which was,
yeah, I rolled a lot of 4s last time.
Okay, so if I do rush into danger, and then where would I put the
we just put it in like a note on the like
sure, okay,
on one of the cells, but do whatever makes sense for you.
Okay.
And so the signature actions, I'm trying to remember, we pick one of those that applies to our main ability.
So forceful, advantageous, charismatic, adaptable, sneaky, or if there's a new one that you think would be cool, we can figure it out. I also need to I think for clarity's sake, like I like the fun subheaders on all the actions, but I think that doesn't get across what the action's supposed to be.
Oh yeah.
So like weird customs is like, you're the guy who, you're an ambassador. So when you go to a new place and you try to interact with a new society that you haven't seen before, this is the result of that. And I don't know, like, I mean, cool subheader clearly doesn't explain it, but like, I think instead of it being like, "Ha, here's a cool quote," I need to say like, "This is what this does," or like, "When you do this, use this one. Yeah, to like, because a lot of them are, there could be better names, and those are still in process.
And did we write down that thing anywhere?
You can just put a note on the cell, and you right click and add note. So then if you mouse over the cell, like Peter took advantageous.
I'll take whatever I want.
Uh-oh.
Actually, I was gonna take advantageous too. Crazy.
Nice.
Advantageous crew.
We should have just both been advantageous robots.
Yay!
Beep boop.
It's the beep boop crew. We don't like humans.
Let's see, where was that? Hello.
Do our hit points stay at 1?
Yeah, so
Okay.
your initial hits roll a d4 for.
Oh, okay, got it.
And these aren't hit points per se, but they're like dramatic hits. Dramatic, what do I call it? Dramatic agency points, basically. So, and it's like if you get shot, or if you learn something mind bending, or get embarrassed, or whatever. And then when you go down to 0, you can never die unless you choose. But you get knocked out or captured, or go on a bender, or whatever is appropriate. And then like after a short time, you'll come back and you're gonna roll d4 for your hits again. So your hits are always going to kind of fluctuate depending on, and that's kind of like, oh, who's the main character today? If you could start off with 1 and then come back and be like, now it's my episode. And the ship also has 1d4 hits as well. I don't remember if we put is there a place for the ship on here?
NPCs.
NPC tab, that's right. NPC, I'll rename that to NPCs and ship, or ship and NPCs. Yeah, and I made theme song an official part. So what else? Okay, I think that's mostly the new stuff. I added some GM facing things to kind of do scenario generation, and that's okay so far. Definitely needs some work there, but that's for me. So I can work as we go.
It should be easy enough to put in a drop down for advantageous, etc. Right?
Yeah. Customs. Weird customs. I think the syntax is going to be, I just changed weird customs to like, when you make contact with a strange new civilization, ... So like, it's like, this is the situation that these are going
to. And remind me again, do we pick 2 more actions?
You can pick up to 5.
Wow.
All those purple ones you can choose. And if you don't have ideas for what you want to do, we leave them blank and fill them in as we need them. A sweaty tussle.
I'm just taking all the violence things.
Nice. Yeah, we had our Hawkman last time, or Hawkling last time.
Ooh, I'm gonna take thing 6.
1, 2, 3, or 4.
Ooh.
Who doesn't like thing 6?
Blast away. Oh, okay. Blast away. I need to into the data. Because I know I need blast away.
Clearly. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, jams are maybe like you run out of ammo, or your weapon blows up. That's a good third. Targets blow up, friends blow up, weapon blows up.
There we go. I got all 4 for that. That's It's just so fun, so silly.
Let's see. Arousing speech. Psychics. The power of the atom. Yes.
Oh yes.
That was a science one. I don't remember exactly what the. Yeah, I don't remember what the intention of that one was. We'll figure it out.
The atom.
Yeah. Supercharged with atomic juice. Sure.
I mean, let's see here.
Any superstars of science. We got a talky guy and a fighty guy. See, when covering fire is when you like it out. When you I want to describe it without describing an outcome.
Oh no.
When no, your intention is to pin someone down.
Yeah, when you need, yeah, that's true.
And the enemy.
Gonna run to the bathroom while y'all figuring this out.
Make an opening for an ally. Unwanted structural damage and open yourself to counter attack. Great. And covering fire is when you pew pew pew. I want to describe it without describing it out income. Yeah, like pinning down as a result, making an opening as a result.
Oh man. Yeah, yeah.
When you lay down,
Yeah.
and without using covering fire.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When you
The bad guys are out in the open and fear bullets. Oh, but that's not the right grammar.
when you discourage an enemy's attack with lasers.
There we go.
Yeah, I think I like the. I mean, it is classic move, PBK move syntax, but it's classic for a reason. It works. Wrecker 5.
Oh, a stylish blow.
Yeah, I tried not to duplicate the odd folk ones. But keeping it in genre, I think those work, but I don't know what they do yet. Face to face, sword to sword, or blaster to blaster. Is not the right word, but
Maybe I will give myself that one I just invented.
that's
Let me know if there are any. No, not a sty.
a sty.
That's your weapon.
Oh,
Small amount of pus. No, that's not helpful.
stylish blow. When you serve both damage and panache, targets incapacitated. Sacrificial weapon, damage reputation. Nice. Yeah, cool. That works. Cool. Looks like we are mostly set with abilities. Go ahead and roll your hits.
And we're at the witch dice link.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think those are it's linked.
Two hits.
Ho ho ho.
What is my no? How do I rename myself? I guess I don't need to. Well, yeah, I should.
Oh yeah, and yeah.
Settings
In
and witch dice.
oh yeah, just in the name. You just change it.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, that. Thank you.
Oh, I'm still glorp. I need to change that.
Glorp.
I'm not glorp anymore.
Rolling 1d4. 1.
Perfect.
That was me last time.
And if you have an archetype in mind, do your adjective noun there.
Oh, where?
I mean, and that's the help guide picking actions. So if you just want like what people call your guy on the show, that's where that would go.
Oh, okay.
You're the sarcastic mechanic, or you're the funny robot.
Hot-headed guard. I picked only violence for my abilities.
Fantastic.
Ordinarily, I'd be like a bunch of violence things, and then one thing that's a little different to give dimension to this. No.
Cool.
Or shooting.
Cool.
You know, actually, this was unintentional, but now that I'm like looking at it, it sort of makes sense that maybe you're my guard bot.
Yeah.
as an enigmatic ambassador.
Go ahead and pick a name for your ship, and someone roll the hits. And if someone wants to be the captain or the owner or whatever,
okay.
And pick a theme song for this show.
I'm guessing the bot would pilot the ship. I'm guessing you'd be doing the flying and
yeah.
Out of the two of us.
I'm probably used for like all of the other tasks, but I'm only interested in, and this is like the inverse of Murderbot in a way.
Yeah.
Like I only want to do security. Fine, I will do the other things.
Can I fly the ship into things to kill them?
This person is tailgating me. No, Wrecker.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to roll 8d4 to figure out what's going on.
Oh, okay. Is it 1d4 for the ship's hits?
Yes. Yeah.
I will roll that since I did so well before.
Same mechanics for ship.
I rolled another 1.
Let's see, 2, 1.
So good at this, guys.
Danger is good. We like danger.
Oh man. Theme song. I tentatively named the ship the Liaison.
Nice.
So I wonder if it has some sort of elegant theme song.
1, 2, 1, 1, 4.
I'm hearing the theme to Disney's The Black Hole.
Mm.
I gotta look that up.
Feels epic and somewhat foreboding, and one of my favorite movie themes. One of my main inspirations for the Adventures in Zero World theme I wrote. That and both of the Lost in Space themes, which are what the theme songs were last time. I chose both of them because I was like, there's a different theme for seasons 1 and then seasons 2 onward, I think, and they're both written by John Williams.
Oh wow!
And they're both really good.
Oh yeah, yeah. I get myself more tables to roll on as well for fun stuff. 1 4 and 4 1. Oh, and this is not in the drop down, but I need to add that. Also roll. Where is it? Some new characters there. Yeah. Roll a d4 to see what your ship's condition is. It?
Just rolled in to see what condition
Your condition.
Condition is in.
is in.
Yeah, I feel like I have rolled 2 1s, so either that means I have burned out all my bad luck, or
I mean, none of them are good. So it's
oh, okay.
like, what kind of trouble are you in? I guess is the roll.
Cool.
So many rolls.
Oh.
StarFolk. There it is. Yeah. What's our ship roll?
Heath, you're in the middle of something?
No. I thought you were rolling it. Sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna hold off on rolling the next one.
I got it.
4.
It's a 4.
You are completely lost, is where you are right now.
Fine, everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Let's see what other stuff I give myself to roll on. 1 4. Great. And 4 4.
Are you saying we're lost in space?
In space?
Lost in space. Cool. So I put together some
Oh no!
last time on episode.
Hold up.
Yep.
I have to take a short break because my cat just vomited. So
Oh,
I'll go take care of that.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
That's always fun. The worst sound in the world. That happens sometimes. We have a cat, my roommate's cat, and sometimes I'm in my room and you'll just hear out in the hallway.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, watch my step in the hallway.
Yeah. Time to type out all my GM stuff. Actually, oh man, all this random stuff actually works out really well together. So that's good.
Mm. Crush Rebellion. Yeah, that'll work out.
Yeah, I'll need to add drop downs for that. That's fun. That's fun. Great.
I have not been feeling great yesterday and today, which sucks. I'm like, man, feel like I've been sick more in this past year than like the past 10 years.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been sick at least like 50% of the time since November.
Last week was not a great week for either. It's just like, I don't know, it's allergies or just general shittiness.
Okay, back. By the way, I highly recommend the little green cleaner from Bissell.
Not sponsored.
For cleaning up stuff from
Although,
carpets.
if you would like to send Peter a free one.
Could always use two.
Cool. Let's go ahead and introduce our characters and we'll talk about the episode.
Cool. I'll be playing Wrecker 5, a hot-headed guard who's a robot, whose main move is rush into danger, which has the advantageous modifier, which means I can roll 2d4 and choose which one I want. I also have only violence related skills. They are a sweaty tussle, a vicious duel, blast away, covering fire, and a stylish blow.
Love it.
I am Scalar, the Martian enigmatic ambassador. I have my main thing is weird customs. I know all the weird customs, and I have lots of weird customs. But I'm also able to give rousing speeches, share a meal. I might have psychic abilities. You don't know. Making friends and influence aliens. And keep your secrets, even though I took that one going like, I'm not really sure how that will come into play, but let's see.
If someone tries to get information, and I'm going to try better this time to treat your abilities as a wish list. So if you took conceal information, I'm going to try to give someone to try information from you. So that works.
Yeah,
Great.
Kind of worse when you're I'm playing in the old D6 Star Wars game with Mike.
Oh yeah, with Mike and all them.
And it's one of those games we've talked before. Like sometimes it's like, you take these skills and then half the time you're like, that skill never came into play the entire game.
Like I'm gonna make a ranger who is specialized in forest stuff. It's like, cool, this adventure's on a boat.
Or they like being an old system like that. We were talking how we feel like they break things down too much. Like instead of a piloting skill, you have like starship piloting, a speeder piloting or whatever. And you're like, it's just like, so wait, I got like 5 different kinds of piloting if I want to drive all vehicles.
Traveler or GURPS, yeah. Cool. I rolled on a whole bunch of random tables to generate this week's episode, which is the black hole theme song. The ship is the Liaison, and you have one hit left on that ship. The Liaison is completely lost on an ice planet. And last episode, the balance of power in the galaxy or area shifted somehow. So whatever happened last episode, you found yourself on an ice planet completely lost, and that's where the cliffhanger was. The cliffhanger, I need to rephrase some of these. The balance of you found out that some balance of power thing shifted that was dramatic. I need to rephrase that in a way that is actionable. But this episode, randomly generated, alien worms want to capture an alien artifact in order to crush a rebellion. So, yeah, do I have a pen? I should have a pen. What is the name of the alien planet that we're on? The ice planet.
Oh, the ice planet?
Yeah. Name for an ice planet.
I think it's some right proper noun and then research station.
I feel like if we're going, because this is all supposed to be like pulp cereal stuff flavored, right? I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of times they had like dumbly obvious names, like the Frigiosis
Yeah, Phrygia. Yeah,
Research Center.
yeah,
Frigia's research station.
Yeah.
yeah. Or maybe it's the research. You're going to the research center on Phrygia. Yeah.
Frigia. Excellent.
What's the name of the lead scientist of the research station?
Um,
Or the faction that it belongs to, I guess, or the hero that it's named after. A random last name, I guess.
yeah,
Is what I'm
yeah.
asking for.
Halcyon.
Right. Halcyon on Phrygia. Cool. And I think the balance of power thing then was that um you discovered something as you were lost that oh maybe yeah the like an important figure in the Halcyon hierarchy was you found them frozen out in the on the ice planet.
Out on the wastes.
Um, Senator Blue Well found frozen. And the last shot was their frozen face.
Wrecker 5 looking for someone to shoot.
Yeah, great. Cool. So the main event here is alien worms are going to want to capture an alien artifact to crush an rebellion. I will make that happen at some point. But right now you are lost on an ice planet with a dead senator from Halcyon, and you need to find the Halcyon research station. What do you do to find your way back, or get unlost, or survive in the cold somehow? Or
Sorry, what did we say about how did we end up with the dead senator again?
someone important from Halcyon, like maybe like you were supposed to meet them there, or they were supposed to deliver some research or something to the Senate. Yeah, let's say like there was important research at the Senate. Oh, important research at the research station. They were supposed to deliver it back to the Senate on Halcyon, and you were supposed to take them there.
And they're on the ship.
They are on Phrygia. You are lost on Phrygia, and you found them frozen to death outside.
Oh, we found them frozen. Okay.
Yeah. But
Okay, so
this is a lost on Hoth situation right now.
yeah, we have to get back to the ship is the idea.
Get back to the ship or the research station to find out what happened.
Yeah. Neither of us has the scan the sector ability, but that seems like a nice one to.
Yeah.
Well,
Would
remember,
like
you
to
can
do that?
use any ability,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then if you roll a 4, you keep it.
Then you get it. Yeah. Yeah. Would you like to use your scanner to see if there's anything nearby?
Yeah, I think Record grudgingly tries to fire up an old scanner that was built in, and he has never done any of the updates on it.
Of course. Fantastic. Go ahead
First
and
thing when
roll.
you turn it on, it comes up with like 14 notifications, updates to be installed, updates to be installed, updates to be installed.
Cannot reach server.
Yeah.
Are you sure you would like to run this without the updates? So I'll roll 2d4 because of advantageous.
Correct. Yep. Oh no, what 1d4 because that advantageous is just for your main ability.
Oh no. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll roll 1d4 and see what happens.
A two.
two.
Not bad. So you will choose 2 of those, and I will choose one to change or remove. Or I can choose to remove an option before you choose. Sorry.
Okay.
And I think I will remove. You see what can be seen.
Fair.
Just 2 of the others.
Bastard.
The 2 of the others. Yeah. Do I overload the scanner or? I think I'm gonna take everyone knows you're here and the scan has awakened something hostile.
Great, amazing, perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. So yeah, so it's like your beacons. It's more of a beacon than a scan. It sends out
accidentally set it in beacon mode.
And because of that, it takes a while, but you see something burrowing towards you, like a something about man-sized, maybe a little bit larger, burrowing towards you in the snow.
What size you say?
man-sized or
man.
larger. Maybe it's hard to tell. Like if someone was a bull man kind of size thing, but is not man-shaped.
I think Wrecker immediately starts loading weapons up.
Wait, Wrecker, wait.
Just this like dying inside mask work sort of. Oh.
Okay, are you gonna wait till they can see the whites of their eyes?
I was going to see. Hold on, I was had an idea. I'm just checking what stuff I have.
Oh, I know exactly what these are. Was it? Yeah.
Could I use either of making friends influence aliens or psychics?
Psychics would probably be better.
I figured, wait, let me see if I can reach out to them, tell them we're no harm, or at least deduce if they have intelligence or if they're just burrowing towards us to eat us.
Lowering the weapon.
So you're using your psychic ability?
Yeah. And
Cool.
that's just a regular D4, right?
That's just a regular D4.
2.
2. Which 2 would you like? Room full of enemies?
I'm going to take the first 2. I read the thoughts of someone nearby and I communicate with someone with my mind.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. You read the thoughts of someone nearby and you communicate. So what would you so you feel 4 minds.
Ooh.
Cold and like almost reptilian, but sentient. They are I think you know what these are. I'm just going to call them Sathar because that's what I'm using. They are, I actually have a picture here of these nasty little fuckers. Chat. These are basically sentient alien worms with weird tentacles who are also psychic, it turns out, making it easy to contact them. So you feel them there in your mind. There's 4 of them. They are approaching with hostility, and their thoughts are along the lines of, no one else is supposed to be here. We've been discovered. Eliminate the intruder. You can communicate with them, though, with your mind. Would you like to send a message out?
Yes. Let's see. This doesn't have to be a hostile encounter. I would rather talk than have my robot blast you.
And I think one pops up from the snow behind you, and it's got these stupid arms with 2 blasters in them, and it's got one jammed up against your back and says, "I think this does." What do you do as the others emerge?
Again, like
free mode, Wrecker. Free mode.
Okay. Blast away then, I think.
Blast away it is.
Oh no.
Fantastic.
This is gonna go bad. Rolling a D4.
I might change you blow up.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see what we get first.
I'm gonna roll 2D4 and pick the one that I like.
One D4. Your 2D4 is Russian to danger.
Ow, fuck.
If you want to change that, you can change it if you want to.
Nah, I rolled 2. The first one I rolled was a 1.
Cool. Pick one then. That's what you want. That's your best. That's the best thing you can do.
God, so I'm gonna say several targets blow up.
Great. Which let's say you blow up 3 of them. Which 3 do you want to blow up?
The one that has the gun to Heath's back. And then whichever ones were behind us, I guess.
Great.
Eventually.
Yeah, that went about as well as can go. I think what color are they as they explode in the snow?
Oh, okay. I think gray.
Mm, gray viscera. Oh yeah. Well, tell me about your blasters.
Oh yeah, what is this? I think it's gonna be like different weapons each time. Um, I think okay. This one is lasers, but it seems like a very badly aimed thing because it's got this kind of fractal thing going on of like two beams are going out and then it splits into two more beams and trees out. And
Fantastic.
that it is a minor miracle that it doesn't hit scalar.
Cool. And I think as you're doing that, the other one pops out of the snow and kind of hunkers behind a giant chunk of alien ice and is kind of blasting away with two silvery beam blasters, and they aren't hitting you yet, but they are shooting at you. Scalar, what? Scalar, is that your name?
Yes, that is correct.
Kalar, how do you react to a gray cloud appearing behind you when the alien explodes, and B, being shot at?
I think now that I know that they're psychic too, not to just keep using the same trick, but now I think I'd like to try my psychics again too. I mean, obviously I've been in a roll, but to cause them some serious mental distress.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll.
Hey, that's all I do.
Perfect. You nailed it. So you just want to cause them mental distress, serious mental distress.
Like, I will explode your brain like scanners.
Is there any like physical manifestation of your psychic abilities, or is it just like you could be super cool and do it without people noticing?
I think in this instance specifically, like when I'm trying to do harm like that, that sort of like all the veins in my kind of go whoa, and they sort of expand and like balloon out a little bit. So it's like you don't normally I just look normal, but then the veins all
right. What physical distinguishing characteristics do you have as a Martian to distinguish you from humans?
The good old school like Andorian antennae.
Nice.
Like, for sure. And,
are you blue or green or human colored, or?
I think I'm green.
Great, green Martian, fantastic. Yeah,
little green man.
Little green man. You can be little. Yeah. So yeah, it makes this horrible like hissing shriek and just kind of like it's writhing on the ground. I think it's dropped its blasters and it is incapacitated. It stopped. It is not hostile at the moment, as long as you keep up your blast there. How would you like to deal with this thing? And I think these are this is a spacefaring sentient species that is historically like hostile to other civilized people.
Wrecker raises the weapon again.
Yeah, I'm just concentrating on keeping it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think part of the lore is like none of them have ever been taken alive. Like they're kind of mysterious because they've never been able to like be interrogated. Like people don't know where their home is. They don't really know what their motivations are.
Can I handcuff the alien, or I guess I can't because it's basically a worm.
It's kind of a worm with tentacles and like weird dumb arms.
Yeah,
we can say you can restrain it somehow.
Yeah, I'll take the weapons and restrain it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like still just like thrashing around. You're clearly able to manhandle it, but I think this is the first time in recorded history that one has been able to be disabled like this, where it's not just immediately kill or be killed.
Good job, Wrecker.
I think the suns are going down right now, and dangerous very soon. I think it's just kind of like after you drop the mental attack so you can communicate with it, or you just keep it up to
I'll keep once Wrecker's got it restrained.
Yeah. I think it's just like we will freeze to death together.
Oh no.
Your joints will seize up, and your green skin will become blue like ice, as your people have perished when your planet froze over before.
Oh no.
Why are you
I
so
will
angry?
die, and you will never find. They will never find our home worlds.
Oh, this is
Maybe
their
if you weren't
homeworld.
so unpleasant, people wouldn't want to find your home world.
It just like hisses and spits at you.
And this is all psychic communication, right?
Oh no, this is out loud. This is
Oh, okay. Uh,
I hiss
yeah.
and
And
spit back.
I think if you hadn't like psychically disabled him, he would be lashing out psychically, but you've like fried his brain.
oh no. So we still need to find the
Oh, you have a
find
dead senator with you as well.
yeah.
One of my favorite punk bands.
uh yeah, but we still don't know where the ship is or where the
Research station is, yeah.
research station
So
is.
yeah, I guess the question is, would you like to try to bring the Sapphire back to your ship or to the research station? Or leave it out here to die in the cold, like it was?
Oh. Um, let's see.
I mean, it's dangerous, but also this is
Oh,
momentous. They've never been caught before.
yeah. No, I
They're
think
like, does Wrecker have
Rick is
the
like, I can
ability?
shoot him if he causes any trouble.
Just bring it to the research station.
Great. Let's figure out a way to get you to the research station. What do you think would be a good ability to use for that? Or if you want to try something that doesn't use an ability, that is totally cool too.
I don't think anything I have. It'd have to be something I don't have.
Is there like a find your way?
Yeah,
or
there's an open a path.
open open a path. That might work.
There it is. Yeah, open a path.
And that's from Odd Folk, which is more like picking locks.
Oh yeah, I was just looking at the options just now.
Making portals, I think it works too. Yeah, I think that's appropriate. You want to try and open a path?
All right, sure.
Oh, we lost Peter, it looks like.
Oh no. Oh no.
Arnar.
The cat vomited on his router.
Internet problems, he says.
Mm.
Cool. Well, let's take 5 and I'll come back and hopefully he'll be back.
Yep, dig it.
Sweet. Do we have a Peter Mac?
What's these?
Here I am,
Hey,
logged in
Realize
via my phone hotspot.
fantastic.
Still
Everything
had my
is
UVG Graphlands background. That was
Cool. We were going to open a path. And you do not have that, so I will remove or change one
How dare you?
before you roll. And you know what? I'm gonna remove the opening is unstable. That's it.
All
oh
right. All right. So, and let's take the other three.
All right.
no.
Fantastic. So the passageway opens. We find a way. Tell me how. It does not lead where you expect. I think I can work with that. And that, yeah. So tell me how you find your way to the research station.
I think that perhaps when I was psychically reaching out to the worm things,
Mm-hmm.
like I sensed something weird, like a space around them. And so I think as I'm probing again to see what it was I felt, I feel something and it triggers an opening where like the snow suddenly starts descending. And next thing I know, like I've opened a ramp to an underground
That's great.
passageway.
That's great.
That
I think also when you're scanning its mind, you realize that it has kind of a mental connection with the other Sathar nearby, and that kind of points you in the right direction there. It does not lead you where you expect. I think this is, yeah, I think this is not the research station itself, but it is a passageway that leads to it. And this is like the emergency, like escape back door, basically. So this isn't the actual building itself, but this is the way that they got here, which tells you that way lies danger because the Sathar have invaded and taken over the station.
no.
And that is why the dead senator is here.
But it's also kind of our only choice if we don't want to freeze to death.
Correct. Yep.
So we have to go into the belly of the beast, as it were.
Adventure. Rule number one.
It's either a dangerous passageway or freeze to death. Those are our two choices.
Well, I have a rush into danger here.
Ah, how convenient for you.
Cool. Yeah. So you know, and I think you know from reaching out to the Sathar, like there's probably at least a dozen there, and there's probably one. Like its mind is different. You can't like you don't know what it looks like or something, but it feels like it's like a different cast kind of that doesn't feel like the same minds. Like this is a soldier, and you don't know what the other one is.
Is it possible, or have I already done this? If I haven't already done this, is it possible to sever his connection with the hive?
I think that would mean severing,
just killing it, basically.
Head. Yeah. But basically to keep them from knowing that you're coming.
Yeah. I don't want him relaying, like, okay, we're down this passageway now. We're going here. We're heading north.
I mean, I think they know where the exit is because that's where they came out of. They know that 3 of their things got blown up. Maybe they may not know that it's you specifically, but they know that it is not good. And if you want to rush into danger, they know you're there. So that's what makes it dangerous. And I guess we already made it dangerous because you rolled the that way lies danger thing. Cool. What would you like to do?
Yeah, can I use rush into danger to go into the tunnel?
You sure can.
Cool.
And I think that means it's dangerous, which means you're not like doing a tactical like sneak approach thing. You're just like rolling in, and you're sure that there are going to be Sathar guard soldiers there, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So you're rolling 2 and 2
D4.
choosing. Yep.
At last.
You might change it to just make like that the default one. Like that's going to be your role. Like you always get to roll 2 and choose.
Maybe, yeah. I'll roll 2 and see what I get here. Okay, I can either do 3 or 1.
I mean, 1 is preferable usually, but
I will take 1 that I make it unscathed.
cool. You make unscathed. So I think yeah, there are a couple Sathar guards there. They are basically the same setup, human-sized gross worm guys with their silver guns. Tell me how you get by them with violence.
Oh no. I think he's got some sort of. I think it's just going to be new weapons each time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this one is some sort of portal gun, where it's just like portable hole shows up beneath them. They go, Foop. And we're not sure where they've ended up, but they are not in this hallway.
That's great. And are you bringing the Sathar and or the dead senator with you, or did you?
I honestly think he just rushed ahead without really thinking it through that far. This is what the rush into danger feels like to me.
What Scalar?
I'm torn because it feels like these worms were basically made to just be like enemies, nothing you can do about it, fuck off. But then like I kind of want to try to use my making friends to influence aliens.
you might be able to influence them.
Because I kind of feel like, especially in this, like he rushed in, I sort of feel like I could leave him out here to die, but instead maybe I pull him inside and like try to behave decently and not just like fuck you.
That's a good example.
Yeah, exactly.
As
Not
opposed
so
to
different,
try to crack through that hard shell.
It's kind of squishy and gross, but great. So yeah, you blast your way down the hallway.
Pew, pew, pew.
Tunnel network, you make it to the research center, and I think let me see what I have here. Capture great. So I think the thing that you just got, so you emerge into like a not basement but an underground area of the research center, and I think this is where we discover that the research center is built around this artifact that they discovered here. I paint the scene, each of you, like what's something that is clearly like this is an artifact that has been here for a long time and it has some sort of strange power. Like what physically do you see about it?
I think it's got some, like, it has too many dimensions. Like when you walk around it and track it, parts of it move in a way that don't make 3-dimensional sense.
Yeah.
I think it's only half excavated. Most of it's still down in the ice.
Mm-hmm.
So like they built around, but like the top half has been excavated, but the bottom, at least, well, I guess we don't know how much.
Yeah, fantastic.
Part of it's exposed, but some.
Who knows how much of it lies beneath?
Is still beneath.
But what is it like? What does the above ground part look like?
It's like I'm seeing like, yeah, kind of going off what Peter said too. And I think it comes to a point, so almost like ice, and there's facets to it like a gem, but not like.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah,
but not like perfectly cut. So it's at first glance you might just think it's a big chunk of ice,
right?
But then the more you're like, wait a minute, that's not right, because it's got like different colors shifting and the dimensions, and you're like, you can't quite ever get a handle on how many facets there are, and you're like,
yeah, great, I love it.
It doesn't look the same from over here as it looks from over here.
Yeah. So and there's this kind of like ring of scientific equipment built up around it, and I think there are some human and Martian, let's say it's human and Martian collaboration right now. Scientists, like, they are having a bad day. There's probably some like evidence of violence here, and there are 3 or 4 Sathar guards kind of like prodding them, like hissing at them.
Do more science.
Do the science for us. Make it work for us.
Oh no.
Wrecker, who notices you as you come in? The Sathar or the scientists?
Oh man. I'm intrigued by having the scientists notice me.
Yeah, I think
Um,
you make eye contact with a human scientist, and she
mm,
like her eyes go wide, and she's kind of like looks around at the alien, the Sethar,
yeah.
and gives you one of those.
Okay.
What would you both like to do?
Can I make a rousing speech?
You can. What would you like to try to do? Generally, that's for allies.
Well, I mean, there's lots of things. That's true. Hold on a second.
It is unlikely the Sethar will be receptive to your speech.
I mean, with that attitude.
But you can do what you like. I mean, you could use making friends and influencing aliens. You wouldn't make friends, but you could definitely influence them.
Oh, did Heath freeze?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
no,
no.
I'm just looking.
Oh, I thought you were
Sorry.
just grimacing.
I mean, yeah, that's what I want to do. That's always the first line, and then I guess, Wrecker will have his guns ready.
Wrecker is pulling out another weapon.
Fantastic, fantastic. Cool. Go ahead and make your roll. 2, not bad. What are we picking?
Let's see. I'm going to make a useful connection,
Mm-hmm.
and they reveal a heretofore unknown complication.
Fantastic.
no.
Perfect. I know exactly what it is. So tell me what you do to announce yourself and try to influence the Sethar that are here.
I say, greetings, I'm Scalar, the Martian ambassador, please. I mean you
Hold
no
your
harm.
applause.
I
Sorry.
mean no hostility. I have brought your soldier who attacked us back to your ranks.
Where are the other 3?
Unfortunately, they attacked us and we had to defend ourselves or we'd be dead.
Why isn't he dead?
Well, because I managed to incapacitate him without killing him, which is
Coward! And they open fire and blast him. But continue.
Listen, this is our chance to bridge between our two peoples. It doesn't have to be like this. Obviously, you seem to need the abilities of our scientists. And why can we not work together to unravel the mysteries of this artifact? Why must your people be so hostile and try to kill us all? Why can we not come together as one?
Because
to
you are
understand
pathetic
each other.
worms.
No, you're actually the worms.
Oh, great,
No,
fine. Pew, pew, pew then.
Oh, no.
No, I mean literally, you're the worms.
Not a value judgment.
And I think as the one that you captured explodes, I think because you had that psychic link with him, you get this like flash, and
Oh,
these are I think they're gray on the outside and kind of pinkish gray on the inside, kind of pinkish gray on the outside, and I think you get this flash of like it's hard to tell them apart. They all look very similar. I think you get a flash of this group of Sathar chasing after another. Like, I don't know if you've seen people have probably seen Sathar ships before, but they've been blown up before. And I think you see a flash of them on a ship chasing another Sathar ship before landing here. And I think the flash you get is them chasing the ship landing, there being a fight between them. And I think the last thing you see is that the other Sathar are like kind of like modeled like bright orange and gray.
Sathar
But they are about So you're what was the other one? You make a
Useful connection.
useful connection. Yeah. I think okay, so they don't open fire on you, but they say that like maybe you can be for some use because these worms are not cooperating. They insist that the artifact. What's a cool name for the artifact?
Oh no. Um,
The the lattice. They basically they don't understand how the lattice works, but they're clearly lying. And like gestures to like a body across the room.
oh no.
Maybe you can prove more intelligent than them before you perish.
If you kill us all, that doesn't get you what you want. And you're still left without the knowledge.
That is the only reason they are still alive.
So can't you see they have no incentive to help you when they believe you will just kill them when they're done? It's a no-win scenario. It's like if there was the belief of some joint effort, it's one thing. But if it's like, oh, okay, I will help you, and then when I'm done helping you, you will kill me, then there's no incentive there.
Then we just kill everyone. Nobody wins. Like a no-win situation. I like the sound of
And
that.
then Wrecker's like, well, here we go.
What would you like to do from there?
Can I try and goad one of them into a duel?
Wow.
Probably not.
I will give you an opportunity for a duel. Do you engage these ones? Not in a duel. Or what do you do? I don't think they are worthy opponents for you. I think they are. I think you can destroy mooks without rolls.
Oh, okay.
If there's a single Sethar, like that's not a roll for you. That's just you doing violence.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So I think as they're no, this is a standoff right now, and I think maybe Scalar feels the pressure of that other mind kind of like reaching out because Wrecker probably doesn't have a mind that can be communicated with, and I think there's like this there's a bad set cardboard stairway backdrop over here, and you see like the Nosferatu shadow kind of projection, and it's just like this massive shadow kind of like squeezing down into the basement, and it is less of a worm and more of a grub, probably like baby hippo sized, and it is clearly it is less of a like specialized fighter than the other ones, but clearly still capable of terrible violence. But it does seem like it has like different phenotype. Like there's something leader cast of it, and it kind of like flops down into the room. Maybe one of the scientist guys faints as he sees it. One of the scientists near the back like turns and he's like and faints, and he just like goes over and like slurps him up like
no
python, and says, "What? These new worms? What use are they? Why haven't you destroyed them yet?"
Oh no. I think Wrecker growls. It's because none of you could take us in a fair fight.
Fantastic. Let's do a vicious duel.
Thank you for interrupting me. Does the grub have obvious weapons?
It is clearly dangerous. It's unclear exactly what it doesn't have blasters, but I think it's probably more physical.
So, oh god. So I think Wrecker somehow produces a sword.
Fantastic.
Like telescopes out.
And I think when you do that, these kind of like spurs, like disgustingly, are secreted, almost like they extrude from its body, like a ring of them around its forepart. Let's duel.
Okay. Shall I roll or do you?
Yeah, let's roll for it.
Okay. And this is 1d4.
1d4.
We'll see what happens. 4.
Ooh, all right.
All the things.
So, tell what is your opening move with a duel? Or do you
I
first?
don't think Wrecker is a very like. I don't think there is a lot of panache to it. I think he just tries to bring down the sword straight
Great.
down.
Yeah, I think when you get like Quill Spur's teeth kind of just like form this
Wrecker.
thing, and it clangs on it, and you can see it's got like kind of a series of like not compound eyes, a cluster of these like
Yeah.
beady eyes, kind of, and you know it stares into your optics. What pointed words do you exchange with it?
Yeah, I was gonna say it kind of captures the blade with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what am I trying to say?
Oh, and maybe it like snaps the blade with its spurs.
Yeah, I will say it's because this is pulp adventure, like you, you may think we're worms, but we never quit. No
Yep.
matter how many
That's when
times
it
you
snaps the blade. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. What? Tell me about your daring acrobatic feat.
Okay, well, there has to be scientific equipment around here,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I assume
Dangerous
that
equipment of all kinds.
It's a roughly cylindrical room, and
Yeah.
Record like extends an arm, grabs onto a piece of tubing from something, rips it out from whatever it's attached to, and starts running across the wall with
Fantastic.
it flashing with what is left of the sword.
Great. Tell me about your crippling strike.
And yeah, I suppose one of those. Oh no, he actually is like running up the wall
Mhm.
and in swashbuckling fashion slashes not at the creature but at a piece of suspended scientific equipment,
Great.
like a giant glass vat of bubbling liquid that falls and smashes on the creature.
Amazing. Yeah. And that starts dissolving into the back of it, and it's howling and screaming. And I think as it does, it's like it's got this gross mouth, and that opens up and starts spewing like this acidic something that
yeah,
I think you're able to avoid most of it, but some of it gets on some critical part.
yeah.
Like it seeps in and starts working its way on some. It is a concealable but quickly worsening wound.
I have a hit on what that could be. It is I think that Wrecker started out as a pure combat droid,
Mhm.
and there's a governor in place.
That is
Oh
just
shit!
keeping him from all violence all the time. And
That's great.
Acid is eating quietly away.
So there's a countdown to
To just
yeah.
kill everyone.
Awesome.
Everyone in sight.
So the like Commander Worm, Commander Sathar is out of commission one way or the other. There are, I think the other ones are discombobulated for the moment. Scalar, what would you like to do? How would you like to resolve the remaining threat?
We here? See.
I think the rousing speech would be effective on the scientists.
Now
that you've laid out that
that
they're gonna die either way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I think I have something more interesting.
Go for it. Go for it.
What if I break something, as in the artifact?
Ooh, shit.
Oh no.
Yeah. Hopefully not hearts, but maybe hearts. Great. Yeah, you can definitely do that. I am going to change one of them, and it is, let's see, it shatters into your chosen number of pieces. Great. I will change you use excessive force into the artifact works its power upon you.
That's fine.
Great.
Everything's fine.
Everything's
What
fine.
could go wrong?
Just seemed like a more fun choice.
Yeah.
Just roll a 1, and you know, if,
Yeah, just do
Or
it.
two. That's
or
almost a
2,
one.
or 2.
Which ones would you like to choose?
Let's see. Um, what does that say? It shatters into
So your chosen number,
chosen number of
pieces.
pieces.
Yeah.
We're gonna use that. And then we're gonna use excessive force, so I'm not sure how. It just interests me. I'm gonna see
Oh,
how
that's the one I changed
Oh, that's
to.
the one you've changed to.
The
What'd you
lattice
change it to?
works its power upon you.
Well, yeah, we'll do that then.
Great. Amazing. I love it. Great. What is your chosen number of pieces?
2. One for
Two.
us and one for them in an act of diplomacy that will never work because diplomacy doesn't exist in this fucking game.
Great. It generally doesn't. Great. So yeah, the crystal shatters. How do you shatter it?
With my mind, I find its resonant frequency. I tune across the spectrum and I find its resonant frequency. There it is. Crack.
Yeah. What flash of like the ancient civilization that created it do you get when you shatter it?
The irony that 2 warring factions finally came together to create this one powerful art. It took them both to actually be able to meld this giant artifact. And it's what finally brought this civilization peace.
That's awesome. Great. And the Lattice works its power upon you. So I think you shatter the Lattice with your mind as the Seth are trying to figure out what to do next. And I think it splits into 2 parts, and kind of they start. It is deeper than you thought it was because it was partly buried, right? Oh, I think what happens is it shatters. There's a horizontal rift opens up in it. It's like opens up that way, and there's like a spinning, there's a spinning glowing. It's not light, but it's like that. Like if dimension made solid, kind of, it's what was giving it that weird.
Oh, okay.
And I think as however dimensions spin, the effect on the show is just a bad ball of crumpled tinfoil spinning around on the string. But I think everyone in the room gets pulled towards it, and there's like a flash of light. And what I think, Wrecker, what does it look like? What does the place that you've been transported to look like?
Oh, okay. Okay, this is kind of trippy, but I think at first it's a blank space. Like we're all just sort of in the void and can only see each other. But then it seems to extend out, and we see it's like a repeated lattice, and in different blocks, there are different versions of us staring back.
Awesome. Scalar, what does the ancient race who put this thing together look like?
They are like living crystal beings. Like they look like they're made out of crystal, but they still have kind of spider-like. They still have like a thorax and several limbs coming off of that are all very mobile and it's like they still have a shape of a being, but it looks as if they're made of crystal.
And yeah, I think there's this tinkling voice everywhere. It's almost psychic, but it does have reverberations in the space somehow. And you have the 10 of you have come together in the lattice of contemplation. What is the conflict that separates you? And the Seth Army like, we're here to destroy these worms and the rebels. The rebel faction of Zethar who are trying to establish peace with the worms. They must be wiped out. What about you? The scientists are like, we're just at work, man. I don't know.
Wrecker is just like
this
maybe threat assessment 100%. Threat assessment 100. Like he's not verbal anymore.
Nice.
Maybe now it's time for a rousing speech.
Yeah, go for it.
I say, in my moment of interacting with this great artifact, I saw its history. I saw how it came to be and how it brought peace to your peoples. And it was beautiful. For that's all I've been trying to do since we got here, is bring our peoples together. But these Zathar will have none of it. All they want is hostility and killing and threats. The scientists have been working so hard to understand it, whilst trying not to damage it or defile it in any way. I see now, like, all I wanted was what your original people wanted, and that seems impossible. And so it caused me to react in a violent way, thinking that perhaps shearing it in two, each of our peoples could have a part. But I hope that I have not acted in a way contrary to the original intent that created the artifact, and given into my own inner monster out of desperation. If this is to be my end, then it's a glorious end, for I got to see such eternal beauty and peace.
I don't think you really need to roll for this, but I'd like to see one anyway, just to get a vibe.
Yeah, it's always fun just to see it. All four things.
Great. The crystal beings say, it seems that you have no intent for conflict in your mind, and indeed it feels that your entire being is that which joins others together instead of tearing them apart. And I think you can't tell where they're looking, but they're kind of addressing everyone, and they're like, do the others wish to follow the shining example of this one? All who join them, this is the reconciliation. And the scientists are like, yes, we do that 100%. Zathar still hissing and spitting, like, no, not only these fuckers, but we're gonna kill everybody.
And I think Wrecker at this point has drawn his weapon on Scalar, and his eyes have gone red, and he's just saying threat over and over again.
Great.
The governor has chosen this moment to give out.
I love it. I think that's gonna give you a hit, which takes you down to 0, which takes you out of this. Scalar, what do you do to make Wrecker not attack you? Is it talking? Is it flipping a switch? Is it asking someone else?
Would delight me, but
yeah,
the choice
and whatever it is going to work. So
yeah.
Yeah, I would think I'm an ambassador. It'd be talky talk of think I recount. I see his eyes go red, and I'm like, ah, no, Wrecker. My governor has failed you. I first installed it when I found you in a cave damaged beyond repair. And I knew that you had been part of the invading force that had decimated my home planet. But that wasn't your fault, it was your programming. And unfortunately, I thought I knew enough to remedy that programming. But it appears now I have failed. I have failed you, and in failing you, I deserve whatever's coming to me.
And I think, Wrecker, you feel the, not mental, but kind of the energetic, not tendrils because they're crystalline, but kind
Crystals.
the sort of like
Expansion.
crystal needles of clarity, like piercing your core, and they, you feel like something is happening in there. Not something is changing, but as if you're being probed.
Mhm.
And I think it kind of well, you've already kind of, I think it kind of like disables some of your hostile systems, and they say hostility is ineffective within the lattice. Violence does not solve anything here. Enlightenment and discussion is the only escape. Wrecker 5, we've examined this governor. It has been disabled for quite some time. You have been unable to cause violence against your companion, not by your ability to do violence taken away, but by your own choice. We will release you. What is your choice now?
And I think the eyes finally go white again, and with effort he lowers the weapon. I don't think he answers the question directly, but just asks, "How is this possible?" to Scalar, my friend.
Your programming goes deeper than you knew. Well, like you have shown that your intentions are pure, and you may leave the lattice of compromise. Those who still need readjustment will remain until their spirits can be soothed. And with that, like, there's a flash, the lattice is closed again, and the humans and you are in the lab, and all the Sathar have been transported.
Oh no.
All the Sathar here have been transported to the lattice for further re-education.
Oh, no.
Two things to clear up. How do you explain to the scientists what happened to the senator, and how do you leave this place? One of you each can answer that. Choose.
Well, you said we just found the senator frozen, right?
Yeah. So, like, I think probably, like, what do you say to the scientists about that?
I don't remember. Did we just leave him, or did we?
You just left him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was already frozen. That's fine.
Yeah. I guess I would relay the bad news, Mick. When we unfortunately arrived on this planet, we found the senator frozen outside. I can give you his coordinates if you want to give him a proper burial.
Yeah, I guess they're going to say, well, we're going to, now that we've regained control of the communication tower from the Zathar, we can send word back to Halcyon, and we have more information to report to them now. So perhaps the next envoy will be able to take what we've learned back to Halcyon.
And I think Wrecker raises a weapon, lowers it, and then says, "We need a favor. Our navigation maps are scrambled."
Oh, well, we have a survey of the entire area, so there you go.
He looks it over. He's like, "Got it."
Cool. I think that's it. We can cut to the ship blasting off, and if you have a final cool line you want to say, you could say it. Otherwise, that's credits.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know
Cool.
if I have more.
Wrecker,
Yeah.
I think we've found a new definition of sentience today. Maybe programming is not just programming as we thought.
I wonder how long they will stay in there. Cut to a tag in the Lattice where it's like more humans are brought in. The Zeta are like, kill them. Red klaxons.
Guys, just let's be cool, man.
System restart.
Cool, and that's StarFolk. Bam.
Awesome. Apparently, it's a internet outage in my area that has
no.
everything.
Ah.
So I'm tethered to my phone right now.
Whee!
Yeah, that is StarFolk.
Cool. Let's do some quick stars and wishes. We'll start with Heath.
Man, you know, always stars to you and Peter. Just always fun choices, fun games, fun regardless of anything. My only wish, I think, of wishes are just the same. Like this is the third StarFolk we've done, right? Or I've done anyway. And I still just feel met with too many roadblocks. I just feel like unless you take a combat person, you're useless. That's what it feels like. Like even though, like in my mind, I could see several creative ways that this could work. I could do this, or this could work. I could do this. I could share it. I create a meal that turns out to be it's a special. It's the grub's favorite. And we share. You know, like to me, there's lots of creative choices that would work, but it just feels like nope. They're evil worms. Can't do anything but shoot them. Sorry.
Yeah,
so if like, and I always choose generally non-combat-y people who then are like, okay, so I just can't do anything ever. All right, cool. That's been my takeaway from all 3 sessions.
Oh man.
But in the end, it still ended up being fun, and you know.
We'll have to get you into some trade negotiations next time.
I just feel like there should be more options to use shit instead of just like none. That's just not an option with these people. The end.
Yeah, we have had a lot of like reavers that are just like these are the enemies that you have to deal with, but
yeah,
I feel like with the like because in that genre, you know, there are like the Flash Gordon meets the Hawkman and they fight, but then they become friends, and they meet the forest guys and they fight and become friends. But you know, they meet the minions of Ming the Merciless, and those guys just fight until they're destroyed. So I think getting like introducing more like not faction play, but more like because like diplomacy isn't really a thing in pulp like that, but finding and creating allies is, right? And so like trying to find a better way to do that, and maybe that's, you know, part of the like the random generator I put together is like fight these guys. But yeah, definitely something to look at. Anything else? Cool, Peter.
let's see. I would actually give a star for Mark finding opportunities to make some conversation happen in these. I thought it's clear to me like that StarFolk is definitely giving a job to the GM of like you have to keep massaging the scenario so it matches up with the things we can do. But I still love the star for the general design on this. Just the D4 mechanic is a great way of making new story things happen. It's like, now I have a completely different problem.
now I have a different problem.
Wishes, I don't think either of us I didn't use any robot stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think Heath used Martian stuff.
Yeah, I probably could have tagged your robot at some point, because there were definitely like parts where like you being a robot was important.
Oh,
I never used my advantageous either.
Yeah.
I never used weird customs. Again, I don't see a time I could have used weird customs. I see a time I could have used weird customs, but
it feels like the game is. I agree that the game feels inherently a little combat-y.
Yeah, more like
you to fall into that.
Buckley than Yeah,
I appreciated a start for Heath immediately jumping into like, if I am the violence solves everything one, he's the one that's kind of putting up with this guard bot and trying to keep it in line. And a star for coming back at the end with the speech of getting Wrecker to not kill everyone.
Yeah, I guess like I'm still like rolling the genre versus, because it's not Star Trek, right? There's not like,
Yeah, no.
we're not going to talk to the crystalline entity and show that it's wrong, but like having like the bad guys and then like guys that want to fight you at first but are actually like on your same side that you find, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
um
I'm wondering, who is that? Like, oh, there's a Star Trek recurring character, like a trader character.
oh, Mud.
Mud, yeah.
Harvey Mudd.
Like people who are not bad guys, but are clearly very in it for themselves, and
Yeah.
their story is kind of intersecting with yours. Hardcore kind of Mud.
Yeah, and like part of the like the tables I'm rolling on are, the threat is, the first section is like space pirates, space wizards, space emperor. The second one, alien worms, killer robots, Unimind swarm, mutated zombies. And the third one is like weird cloud, black hole, rogue comet or solar flares. And then the last section is an old enemy, an old friend, an old mentor, and an old student. So I think it depends on like where the standard lands for the episode, on like what the, like, is it going to be alien worms, or is it going to be like your old mentor who is now
That's
a radical
true.
that you have to decide whether you're going to join their fight or try to stop
More
them.
room to talk there.
Yeah,
But
so
also, if you think about like, you
yeah.
know, in Star Trek, when like the Klingons, for example, especially let's just go back to the old show.
Right.
Yeah.
Romulans, yeah.
They're always the enemy, but there's still times when it's like, oh, I know this Klingon custom, and you make peace for the scene. You know, it's still ways where they do things to solve the scene
Right.
without fighting, even though it doesn't like, well, now the Klingons are our allies. You know, they're
Right.
still the enemies,
Yeah.
but you got past
And even when
this,
they did that, now Romulans have to come in as
Yeah.
you know.
Or the Borg, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It
I guess
doesn't necessarily
more
make them
Borg,
your
like,
friends, but it gets you past the obstacle or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I need to shoot for somehow. And like, is that a like genre setting GM thing to do, or is that a something that can be mechanized or something that can be put into these roles? Because I as much as I don't want orcs are evil, so you can kill them, but I do want, like, here's the bad guy, here's Ming the Merciless, or here's whatever, and here are people that you might have conflict with, but who are essentially just friends you haven't made yet. I'm not sure.
So there are kind of tiers to it.
Yeah, like where that, like, is that something like a table you roll on, or is that something like, is that a setting, like, is that one of the kind of pillars that we set up at the beginning, like you can choose, like, you're gonna fight everyone. There's someone that you fight all the time. You never fight anybody, or like maybe calibrate that somehow at the beginning. Yeah. And like the pillar that we have here is like the galaxy is mostly at peace. There's allies in every world. The enemies are notable exceptions, and Sathar are notable exceptions. But like overall, it's gonna be peaceful, except for me rolling on the table. It says alien worms are gonna fuck you
not
up.
peaceful.
Not this episode, unfortunately. Yeah, I like last episode, like I definitely could have done a better job at that, because it was an old mentor, and went straight to like, old mentor fights the evil guys that are just gonna kill you. Like I didn't need to put that in. that was on me. Yeah, but
I
like,
think it's more, it's like a lot of games we play sort of reward you for creativity, where it's like, if you can think of a creative way to use that, like, oh, well, the rations we have, I happen to know we can combine into a thing that Sathars really like, and we can share a meal with them, as opposed to just being like, no, you're not gonna be able to share a meal
And
with
that feels like a related thing to like putting so much on the GM to arrange things so that we can use the skills that we've got.
Yeah, and still keeping that sort of like danger and adventure and swashbuckly feel.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is most of the, let's say even if you found a way to allow whatever it is you were trying to do, almost all the skills like have a bad thing that can happen. So it's like, oh, we try to share a meal, and then like it all goes horribly wrong, and now we're worse off than we were. Or so it's almost always.
Yeah.
Even if I could use a skill, like that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go well.
Right. Yeah, something to keep thinking on, for sure.
I really do like designing the skills. Like that's just fun to do.
It is fun, yeah.
wonder if that can be like a sanctioned part of the game.
Oh
Like
yeah, I mean,
we
it,
come up with a couple more skills and everybody throws in one of the
yeah, I mean,
elements
like
or
that's why I made this, because that's like basically part of the sanction part. It was like make more sets of skills.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
it would be fun to have more types as well, more alien types.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm just
Choose
having
from.
like tough time thinking of ones
It
that
is. I mean, it's hard. I mean, I'm
the
with you
genre, because
because
the genre is, you know, guys in what costumes they had at the studio. Like, those are the aliens you get. So it's hard to come up with those. Or like, here's the like I keep going back like the not Endor. What's the forest guys from Flash Gordon? Like it's like those
Oh
are
geez.
literally just guys in like Robin Hood outfits. Then those are the aliens. But yeah, like finding like a alien race that's just like dudes that have a different thing going on with their society or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, plenty of stuff to work on.
Yeah, it's interesting that there aren't a lot of different alien types to obviously draw on, but there are lots of different societies you can play in.
Yeah, yeah,
And I don't know if that can be
yeah,
mechanized
and
enough.
doing that without falling into
Yeah.
1930s bad places.
Oh, no. Oh,
Yeah. Cool.
boy.
Anything else before we say goodbye to the internet?
I don't think so.
Cool. Goodbye to the internet then.
Farewell, internet.